Hi, good day. My name is Donald and this is MobTV. I have a very fantastic person, like I always do have fantastic people on this set, and he's somebody you know, but let me also take the privilege of introducing him, Nollywood actor, Chuks Chyke. Thank you, Chus, for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, how do you feel today?
Well, I feel pretty great. I had a lot of work yesterday. Didn't sleep early, but I had to jump off my bed.
It's very important.
So I'm feeling pretty great, trust me.
All right. So, how best can you describe yourself?
I would say I'm a creative person. I believe in humanity. And I'm a productive person.
Creative, humanity, productive.
Yes.
So in these three ways you will define yourself.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you have been a practitioner in the industry of Nollywood
Yeah.
for quite a while. And for the records, I believe Nollywood has done tremendously well
Yeah.
when it comes to absorbing the less privileged people,
Yeah.
those who couldn't afford the academic education,
Yeah.
and is the highest employer of labor,
Yeah.
needless to say,
Yeah.
but then less recognition is given to this industry by the government. So what inspired you to be part of this industry?
Okay, first of all, as a child, I found out that I had what it takes to be an actor. In my primary six, I did my first stage drama, and it was fantastic, you know. And I realized that every single time I saw movies in the 80s, I wanted to reenact it, right? By the day, by the month, by the year, I found myself my spirit being drawn closer to art. I'm a fan of art. I love creating things. I love every time I'm somewhere, I'm asking myself, okay, what can we make out of this one? And also, how can we pass a message that without really sitting down with someone to have a chit chat? Because as a growing child, I was a shy guy.
Oh,
Yeah. As a growing child, I was a very, very shy person. But I needed to pass messages to people as well. So I had to reenact some of the things I needed to say to people, right? Yeah. Gradually, I found out that I was good in doing that.
you killed that shyness.
Yes, I did. That helped me, but that was, it took me a while.
Okay.
But I'll also give kudos to my parents for encouraging me on that line.
Oh, they actually did encourage you
Yes, they did encourage me.
into joining Nollywood.
Yes, into joining.
Oh, that's
because
really rare.
I woke up one day and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I would love to be an actor. I would love to. It wasn't really being an actor. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to make films. Right? I wanted to make films. I wanted to pass. The dream was actually to send messages to the unreached, the people that I couldn't literally talk to. I wanted to say something to them. I was really interested in seeing smiles on people's faces, right? And I realized that one of the best avenues was through film. And having what it takes to get that done from childhood, I had to dive professionally into it, which led me into going to Best Way Film Institute in year 2000, where I studied film professionally, after
Like
which
filmmaking
in general,
oh, that's
right? As an actor and as a filmmaker in year 2000, registering as well. First of all, I got registered with the Actors Guild. I got in there when it was NAG, Nigerian Actors Guild, before it was switched to Actors Guild of Nigeria.
Okay, before that, at what point did you have that boldness to come to your parents and say, I want to be a filmmaker?
I was always dramatic in the house. Even as a shy person, I was always dramatic in the house. Just as I said earlier, I wanted to say a lot of things that I couldn't literally just say. So I opted to being dramatic, to passing my message, even to friends, even to let me say relations and family members, right? So that made a lot of people see that, okay, not really a lot of people, my parents precisely see that, okay, I had it. And they, knowing that I was a shy person, they needed to find a way
to help you.
to help me conquer it.
Okay, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the East. Yes, I grew up in the East, popularly known as Aba. Mwaba, man. Mwaba, full-time Mwaba, man. So, but, you know, my time, when I grew up in Aba, Aba was known as the Japan of Africa.
Yes,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, so everything was there. And the people living in that environment were known for creativity. So it wasn't something strange, right, for anyone. When it comes to theater and all that, we had all that being practiced at that time, right? I remember when I met this guy, the guy that did Ziggy Mao, Bright Chimes.
Bright Chimes, yeah.
Do you understand? And, you know, the Sonio cousins and all that, you know. So we were privileged to meet those people because I grew up from a good family, right? Yeah, but I needed to pass my message, just as I said. So I opted to creativity, drama, right? Then from there, I wrote my first, I started writing stories, not scripts, because the stories will come to me, you know, naturally. I will have to scribble it down, right? I was also into creative art, all by myself. You know, those days we built our own cars.
Yeah.
I remember building my own fan. So when I sleep, I turn on my carton fan and it will be blowing while I sleep.
Wow, that's great.
You know, all those kind of things. So opting into all that, I grew to when I said to one of our neighbors, I would love to be an actor, a filmmaker. And she said to me, I have a cousin that is in the industry. Maybe I should. Then there were no phones. So any day I go for our family meeting and I meet the parents, I'll tell the parents to inform him to see me. That's how the guy came, and that introduction was done. And the guy gave me the address in Obo Hill where I was going to visit and get information and get registered. That's how I joined the Actors Guild of Nigeria, then NAG. Yeah.
So it's a pretty long time you joined the industry.
Yeah, 1999 precisely.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's something that I've done for 23 to 24 years now.
Okay. In Nollywood proper, we've had several stories. There are beautiful things about the industry, very fantastic things, you know, raised people from the dust and what have you, but we've also had some horrible stories about molestation, harassment, and all that. Have you been molested before in the industry?
I've been approached severally. I won't lie. Truth is, I have been approached severally, but I have not been what you will call a victim.
Okay.
Right. If I've been approached, yes. But there's one thing my parents taught us. You have your own willpower. So you have the right to say no. And when you say no, even when you are making a mistake, tomorrow if you realize that your no was a mistake, you must tell yourself, okay, it was my decision and I made a mistake, so I need to stand on it. Yes, right. So a few times, I remember in year 2000, one guy met me and was speaking one beautiful English that touches the heart. And I looked at it, it sounded pretty strange to me, and I said to him, no.
The guy.
Yeah, and
Is he still in the industry right
I can't even remember him because that was the first and the last time I saw him.
Oh.
Yeah, he came from Port Harcourt.
Is there any other incident about?
Yes, I've had several incidents from different caliber of people. You know, I don't want to mention the authorities.
No names, no.
You know, so things like that have come up, but I have learned
those from the industry and outside the industry.
Yeah. Because when you begin to showcase on screen, you begin to attract people outside your field, right? And there are different kinds of people. Like I say to them every single time anybody approaches me, I say, this is your thing, it's not my thing. I don't have a problem with you, I don't have a problem with what you do, but it's not my thing, right? But I'm not going to, because it's not my thing, bend to yours, or because it's your thing, bend to yours. It's my willpower, it's my thing, so.
It's your decision.
It's my decision. I don't just want to toe that lane.
So that's actually the way you you overcome such situations?
Yeah, but I will not forget the fact that sometimes when I find myself in challenges like that, because some of those people are high-powered people, right, that could mess you up in the industry or outside the industry, I always lift my eyes up and say, Father, Lord, help me. Yeah, I always lift my eyes up and say,
Is
Father,
that serious?
yes, I always lift my eyes up and say, Father, Lord, help me in this challenge that I found myself. Help me. And the words will just come out, and suddenly the person will just look at me and say, no problem, just go. And we will still have a relationship, but not a molestation or
Okay, so
sexual
you have a relationship, but not a sexual
Yes,
relationship.
not a sexual relationship. And this come on both sides, like I used as an example, male. It comes from the male, it comes from the female, but it's just you saying no.
But saying no, somehow saying no to a woman is a bit, somehow, they don't understand. Okay, let me put it this way. It is easier for a woman to say no to a man and be blunt about it. But because men understand the emotions of women, and we find ourselves in a situation whereby saying no, you have to be very careful and diplomatic about it. So how do you go around it?
I'm very good with diplomacy, one. Two is, I always say to myself, it's you. Just as I said earlier, it's you. I don't give a damn how you feel sometimes in respect to when I want to say no to you. That's the truth, right? Because I take my time most times to ask myself a few questions, plus, minus, division, and subtraction. What is it at the end equals to what? You get my point? I'm not a fan. Trust me, I am not one of those people that believe you must sleep with someone. Okay, let me tell you something I believe in the industry. I had a law in the industry, right? And that law is not in the industry, in my life. And that law is I don't sleep where I work and where I worship.
These two places?
Yes, I don't sleep with anyone where I work and where I worship. You get my point?
Great.
Why? Because he has the ability to draw you down. Right? Because that person, you might just have a little, and things just...
It will escalate.
Yes, and the audience will not see it from the perspective of what happened and how it happened. So why don't you just take yourself away from that mirror at that time? But being diplomatic, I also found that the best way to get yourself out of that is being diplomatic. Yeah. Diplomacy is key, I say to people all the time. Very, very key. You get.
Learn how to go around things and
how to say no and it sounds like yes.
In a sweet way.
Yeah. when you say no, but it sounds like yes. You get my point.
Yeah, I get you. And no offense
And no offense.
Yeah. Okay, so in that regard, still on the industry, which has been the high point, your high point in this industry?
My high point? Doing filming on a Hollywood and Nollywood set.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, when I filmed on a Hollywood Nollywood set in my career, to me that was the high point because the Hollywood guys brought Hollywood to us, right? And everything worked as Hollywood as little as we could. So you could see the big difference between the two industries in one industry. I don't know if you understand what I mean. One film industry, but Nollywood and Hollywood. Right.
What project was that?
It's called Oloibiri.
Oloibiri.
Yes. Okay. It's on Netflix. Okay. Right. So you see professionalism to its teeth, from the directing to the photography, to the sound, to the acting, to the costuming, to every bit of it, including transportation, security. You get my point?
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Everything was detailed down. So you get to say to yourself, okay, if we could, in this joint project, achieve this, how is it over there? So for us, we were shooting a Hollywood film. And to me, that's the high point of it. And after that, every single film, no matter how high profile the film is, we've not been able to hit that point.
That's collaboration.
We've not been able to hit that point. I have been on big, massive projects, but still trust me, the difference is still clear. Very clear, not just there.
So where do you see Nollywood?
Nollywood is the fastest growing industry in Africa. Why did I say so? Look at Hollywood. Now, nobody knows how old Hollywood is, but I can use an example and say Universal Pictures is, permit me to call a TV production company on your show. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
For example, let me say 1 and 2 films is like Universal Pictures. Universal Pictures, as we speak today, is about 115 to 125 years old as a production company. So if a production company, the production company did not exist before Hollywood. Hollywood existed before the production company. So how old do you think Hollywood is? Now we are talking Nollywood. We're not talking production companies in Nollywood, right? Nollywood in 30-something years has made films that can stand side by side Hollywood films. Do you get my point? We are now, like years back, I said to people, let us wait for, very soon we will start exporting actors. You know how you export goods?
Yeah.
We start exporting actors.
They were already exporting music.
Yes.
Musicians.
Yes.
Like Burna Boy, like Whiskey, Davido.
Good.
Yeah.
We're already exporting our films, but very soon we start exporting actors. In respect to production companies in Hollywood, we start signing our actors, right? It has already started. We have one of the latest films in the cinemas called Woman King. We have a very popular, in Nigeria, he wasn't that popular. I've worked with him over here in Nigeria, but he's not that popular here in Nigeria, but he did that film. You get my point?
Yeah,
and he didn't do waka pass. He played a good lead character. What does he say to you? We have moved in 30-something years from 0 to more than 100. If we are able to have a better platform, can you imagine what will become tomorrow?
What better platform could that be?
The challenges of making film in Nollywood, I would say Nollywood, here we do garbage in, garbage out. One, we have a population of 204 million Nigerians, as stated 2 years ago. Out of that, 20 million out of that are filmmakers. In general, directors, actors, sound, costume, all that. You get my point, all right? So now, let's look at it. 70 to 80% of that 10 to 20 million population of filmmakers are untrained. Do you understand? Are untrained. Imagine we have trained filmmakers. 1. 2, imagine we have the financial support to make a film. That's 2. 3, imagine we have a platform, right? Like you have a wonderful studio here, right?
Thank you.
Now, when people see this on set, they know the professionalism, you know your job, right? So if we have the people with the technical know-how, we have the right funds, then we have the encouragement from environments. For example, I need to shoot at the airport, all right? If you want to make a film at the airport, it's almost impossible. If you want to make a film, that's why you see Nollywood films are basically home-based, family-based, and all that. You cannot go beyond these things because it's very difficult, almost impossible.
Yeah.
So if we have the leverage to get into some environments and film and tell our stories,
from that point of view,
right, we will be good. We will be good. These are some of the major challenges of Nollywood. The story is not the problem. Trust me, even when I say the technical know-how, our people are that creative that when you employ someone as a production assistant in Nollywood, the lowest employer is the production assistant, the PA, right? But do you know that in Nollywood, in less than 3 months, PAs grow to production managers.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go to ADs. Yeah. And they are not there because maybe something happened and magically they got there. They walked their way. They know the job.
They were learning.
They learned. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. So even when we say the technical know-how, yeah, we need to have schools, that's what I mean, where people can go and learn film. You get my point? Schools where people can go and learn film, which is why in all our experience, my experience, and some other people that I'm working with, some veteran actors that I'm working with right now, we decided to create the Acting Challenge Academy, right? Yeah. Where we can now mop up some of these untrained actors and untrained behind the camera filmmakers and teach them what it really, really means to be a filmmaker.
Who are those with you on this journey?
We have Bimbo Akintola on it. We have the popular Ghanaian, what's her name again?
Buhari?
No, the dark one. Jackie Appiah. Okay. Right? We have Tinamba on it. We're speaking to RMD. RMD is aware of it. We're speaking to RMD and Ramsey. They are keen in, right? We have Miriam Apollo. We have a lot of veteran actors that are trained, not just someone that came and put on powders on his or her face, came on camera and became popular. We're talking about people that know exactly what they're doing, people that went through the nitty-gritties of the class, of the art, right? So this, I would say that this is the next big thing happening in Africa. Because it's not just about Nigeria. Nollywood is Africa. Yes, we call Nollywood Nigeria, but Nollywood is Africa, right?
Big time.
Yeah, so we are now trying to mop up some of these guys, and we're not saying we're going to mop up all, but as much as we can, right? We are mopping them up, and we also intend to encourage them financially, because we're working with is like a mini bank.
Okay.
It's like a mini bank. It's called Emerald Cooperative to finance people that come through the Acting Challenge Academy.
Okay.
The best of the best can have the ability to access some level of funds to make good projects.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because the cooperative is specifically designed for encouraging young people or people that are unemployed but want to be employed.
Yeah.
You get my point?
I feel that's great. This is really a good news to hear that a financial body wants to really help finance some of the projects. Fantastic. Okay, so still on Nollywood, I'm talking about the proceeds that now come out from Nollywood. We see the girls, that is the female actors, they buy the houses, they buy the cars. And the guys, we don't see much of that. How would you respond to that?
I will not say that the guys are not buying the houses and they're not buying the cars. But I would rather say that the guys are not shouting as much as the girls.
The girls are shouting?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I'm an Igbo man, you know. In my place, we say, when men fight, the women tell the
stories.
You get my point, right? So we don't have a problem with their telling stories.
Okay.
It also helps to encourage people to let them know that there is some level of productivity in the industry. It's just that sometimes it sends the wrong vibe that the men are not making something out of the industry, the women are, right? So, but both genders are making something, but not everybody. You know, everybody is not designed to be rich. Yeah. Everybody is not designed to be successful. Some are not. You get my point? But the truth is, the male and the female are both growing. but it's a graph. Sometimes it goes pop female, then the men gradually come meet up. It goes again pop, you know, this kind of thing. Sometimes the men could also go pop, and the females. You get my point. So that's what it is.
Okay, that's great because people keep saying a lot of things about that.
Yeah, I know. People think most of them make the monies from the wrong source.
Yeah.
We are not going to shy away from that. The truth is, we know. No, let's not say we know, because we know we are sure it's a fact.
Yeah.
We believe that some are not making their monies directly from the industry. But
Definitely.
even in Hollywood,
It's still like
even
that.
in Hollywood, it's endorsement. Endorsements come from different ways, right? If you become popular, right, as a
lot of
TV presenter,
opportunities.
a lot of opportunities come to you. And when those opportunities come to you and you are able to monetize it, then you can make something out of it for yourself. People say, yeah, ordinary presenter, but he's cashing out.
Yeah.
You get my point?
So you've heard now. Ordinary Nollywood actress. How many films has she acted? You've heard. Cashing out is possible when you're able to monetize your popularity. Okay, so now that brings us to Nigeria. Because a lot of things you've said that challenge the industry and have challenged your personality as a filmmaker in the industry revolves around enabling environment, which the government provides. Because it's actually the government that give access. Because I had Steve Abel on this set, and he was like, his biggest challenge in the industry is that the government, in as much as Nollywood has done enough, the government has refused to integrate the industry and give them that platform that will make it grow.
Of course.
Yeah. And a lot of things you've said still revolves around that ideology.
It's not far-fetched. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Okay.
It's not far-fetched. The Goodluck Jonathan administration stated it clearly in their annual evaluations and reviews that Nollywood has generated billions of naira or dollars. I can't really remember. Do you understand? From export and all that. That was then. And I can assure you that whatever happened then has gone 5 to 10 times of what it is. It's just that nothing has been said about them. It's more like you have a house, the rich man comes, crosses his legs, right? And all his staff members are working themselves out, right? To make sure that he looks good. But when he steps out, nobody recognizes the people that do the work, right? Everybody sees the big man.
Yeah.
You get my point? That's what is happening to Nollywood. A lot of funds, revenue coming through Nollywood, right?
Lots and lots.
Nollywood,
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
So if the government could, we're not even asking them for too much. We're just saying, give us right to access, right? If someone wants to make a film, for example, you want to do your interview at the Ministry of XYZ or at the city center or at the ICC or whatever it is, right? Or at the airport, you should present your documents, and if your documents is right, you should be endorsed, given the right to do what you are supposed to do. But we have killed creativity. Let me not say killed, right? Our government don't believe in creative people. They don't believe in creative people. So whenever someone who is creative shows up, they say, that's riffraff. You get my point, all right? If not for people like Davido, Wizkid, that have been able to showcase that when you do a song and put it out there, you can buy a Ferrari. So now the government is saying, oh, really? Wow, these guys can even make money from this. Away from that, they still see a lot of them as riffraff.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be. These are creative beings. And you can't defeat creativity because it does not have limits. Do you understand? If you can start drilling oil right now, at some point that place will dry. Yes, they'll tell you it has dry. Creativity never dries. It keeps growing from point A to point B to Z and begin to count beyond infinity. That's how it is. And that is what we're asking for. See us from this perspective. See us as one of the people that can save a part of this country. You get my point?
Yeah.
Right? Encourage us. That's all we're asking for.
You are.
All right, bro.
You're a smart person.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.